Welcome to this video where I'll be going into more details regarding the maintenance budget that you can set up and follow up for asset management. This video is the last in a series of 6 videos where we've dived into different topics in the asset management module. I hope you've seen all of them, but this will be the last one. Today, I'll be going over how you can set up a maintenance budget. I'll show you, and I'll also do a demo on how you can follow up on your maintenance budget. That is, that you can see your actual costs compared to your budget. And then I'll show you how you can use the maintenance budget to actually do simulations. So for instance, if you change something in your planned maintenance, then we can simulate how that will affect your maintenance budget. And since this is the last video in our series, I'll also conclude with having another look on is it worth it for you to implement asset management. The maintenance budget can be created manually, or you can create it automatically. And when the system creates it automatically, it creates it based on two things. It creates it based on the planned maintenance. So you have all your maintenance plans set up. We know the forecast for each job that we need to do, and we know the frequency in which we need to do it. So that will give us part of the budget. But we also need to incorporate in the budget the unplanned work. And the way that the system does that is that it projects it from the corrective work orders for a previous period. It might not be totally accurate, but it's better than nothing. So once we've created the budget, you decide how you would like to group that budget. In this example here, I've decided to group it by quarter and by job type category. So in quarter number 1, I have this much inspection, this much repair, this much maintenance, this much routine, and so on. And then the system will automatically calculate the budgeted cost. In the demo in a minute, I'll show you other ways that we could group the budget. Once the budget has been created, you can then adjust it. You can either take each line and edit it, or you can simply add like maybe a percentage and say we expect the prices to go up by 3 or 5%, and then you simply adjust all the lines that you have in your budget. But let's try to have a look at that. So we go into asset management and I go to budget. I would like to create a new budget for 2026. And then I select the date that the budget covers. And this is where I say, okay, and from which period should I take the corrective work orders? And I'm just going to put in, you should take them from 2025. I decide down here how detailed I would like it to be calculated. I could do it by month, or in this case, I'm going to do it by quarter. And then I decide if I want to group it by asset or maintenance job type. And in this case, I'm going to group it by asset type. And I press OK. We've now created a maintenance budget for 2026. And we can see the total budget cost is almost 15,000. Let's have a look at the lines we got. We can see here it's grouped by quarter and it's grouped by asset type. And the budgeted or forecasted costs have been calculated automatically. I can now decide to edit. I can put in another costs if I want to adjust it. Or I can simply adjust it based on the calculated costs that we have and simply adjust them. So I can decide here I would like to add 3%, so I multiply by 1.03. So these are my new budgeted cost. So now I have a budget for 2026. I save it. I just need to update. You can see this was the original budget. Just going to update. And then we can see we got the 3% on top of that. So that's how you can create a budget. Let's go back to the presentation. Once we have the budget, what's interesting is then to follow up. Are we on track on the budget? So you can automatically calculate the actual cost, and then any exceedances are automatically highlighted. So we can see here that these are my actual costs, and down here I have some actual costs which are actually higher than my budget, so they are highlighted. But let's have a look at that. I'm going to go into my 2025 budget, and I open the budget lines, and then I update the cost. When I update, I simply calculate the actual cost. And then we can see here, for instance, in quarter number 1, we have exceeded the actual cost compared to the budget for the binder. But for the other asset types, we are okay. We can also see for quarter number 2, which is the current quarter, that right now it seems like we are on track. We haven't exceeded anything. So again, this is all totally automatic, that you can see here how it's going with your budget. I actually think that's quite powerful. The next thing I want to show you is how we can use the budget to simulate. In this case, in this example, I have an original budget, and then I can simply do changes in my maintenance plans. So I can say, okay, but it seems like we have too many corrective work orders. We need to do something. Maybe we should do more frequent service or more frequent cleaning. It could also be that there are certain types of job where we simply don't use the budget that we have. It seems like our forecasts are too high, or maybe they're too low, and then we can adjust the forecasts. And once we've adjusted the plans, we can create a new budget, and then we can see how those adjustments will affect our budget. Let's try that out. So what I'm going to do now is that I'll go into my maintenance plans. Here. And I'm going to pick my conveyor. And right now we have a period here which says that we should do a conveyor service every 2 months. But what if we decide to do it every 1 month? Because we've experienced some problems with our conveyors, and the problems seems to be due to lack of maintenance. So I'm going to adjust this one and do it every 1 month. On my forklift, right now I do a monthly cleaning, but again, we can see that maybe that's not enough. So I'm going to change this to do it every 2 weeks. And then on my mixer, I can see we do a cleaning routine every 2 weeks. Let's say maybe we need to do that every 1 week. And let's go with that. In order for the system to be able to calculate a budget, we need to kind of simulate the work orders that could be coming for that period that we are budgeting for. So I'm now going to schedule. And it's the same way as when we usually schedule and say, okay, I'm going to schedule 2 years ahead. But remember, we just changed the plans. Once those have been created, we can see directly the effect of those changes. We will get more frequent cleaning jobs. That's what we've set up. So I'm now going to create a new maintenance budget for 2026. I'm going to pick the exact same period that I had for the original budget. I'm going to group it in the exact same way and press OK. And we can see just those small adjustments that we made actually had a huge impact on our maintenance budget. So each line will be higher due to those changes. And I actually think that's quite a powerful tool that you can simulate if we change something for our maintenance plan. How will that impact the costs that we have for maintenance? I could also go the other way, that I might need to do less maintenance, planned maintenance. And it could also be that we have more corrective work coming in, and then we can adjust for that also. So I think you really get something very powerful here. You really get something very automated. I don't really have to do a lot in order for me to create a budget, which would actually make sense. Once again, since this is the last video in the series, I would like to highlight that we would be happy to help you to do some cost-benefit analysis in order for you to decide if you should implement asset management. If you already have asset management, maybe you do it in Excel sheets or manually, or maybe you have another software system to do that for you, then it might make sense for you to calculate and see, okay, what would be the cost? How much effort do we need to put in to implement it? And what could be the benefits if we do that? And we have developed these tools where we can try to help you to pinpoint some of the typical benefits that we see. And we can also help you to calculate what could be, how could that be calculated into a benefit in value, expected savings, either in amount or savings in a percentage. And would that then make sense for you to implement it? So thank you very much for following us on the videos. If you want to learn more, if you want to set up a demo, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And if you want to see all the videos, you can find them on our website in the folder of webinars. Thank you very much for your time, and bye for now.